Hello everyone, Pavlo with you, and I've got for you a solid and foundational daily dose of Ukrainian accent. Today we are talking about interesting unusual headphones. They are made by Kiwi Ears in cooperation with famous reviewer Z Reviews, and the model is named Serene. And it's a full-size closed-back headphones, but at the same time they are planar magnetic. So it's pretty interesting. We don't see a lot of closed-back planars on the market, and especially in the affordable price segment. Their price is $160. Link to the store will be in the description, and let's have a closer look. Package looks nice, it's pretty attractive with good polygraphy and interesting color schema. It's made of cardboard, they put even technical specifications, but I'm not sure what voltage here means. And all the information, including information about the reviews and his help in tweaking. Inside we have cable and headphones themselves. No case or something like that, but probably it's something to expect in this price range. But still, at least some kind of pouch would have been nice here. Design is pretty nice. They selected pleasant combination of colors like black and this kind of violet, and build quality probably I'd call price appropriate. They are made mostly of plastic, but this part is made of metal. Hinge is made of metal, and also this front side of cups is also made of textured metal, so it's pretty fun to slide your finger around these grooves on this side. So headband has nice clamping force. I'm not sure how durable it is, but I hope it will be pretty reliable. Nice padding, pretty pleasant faux leather here and on the upper side. Weight is distributed properly, clamping force is okay. It's not super powerful, but provide enough of clamping to stay reliably on your head. Cups are pretty small. You can see that they used angled positioning of cups to provide more ergonomic fit. They made mainly of plastic with pretty deep ear pads. So let's do our traditional measurement. So of course it's just rough measurings, but still 58 millimeters. And here it's 45 probably. 45, 46, and let's measure depth. So 21. My ears are of average size. They fitting probably not with lot of free space inside, but still pretty okay. And thanks to the soft memory foam inside, the wearing comfort is nice. Of course, it would have been nice to see another degree of freedom for cups, so they can rotate around this axis to provide better fit on your head, but at least you can fold them flat to carry. Also, you can't fold them inside, which is a drawback for portable use headphones, but probably it provides extra durability for them. And the cable is made replaceable. Here use regular 3.5mm connectors. So just select proper left and right. They have tactile dot, which is always nice thing. And connectors hold really well. They provide actually pretty good passive sound isolation, but at the same time ears tend to overheating. So as you can see, no perforation and pretty tightly fitting ear pads, meaning that your ears will be getting warm with time. So you'll need to make breaks periodically to make your ears cool down. So cable is pretty durable in the flexible insulation. I'm not a huge fan of fabric insulation, but this cable is pretty soft, so microphonic effect is low. It goes to the splitter, and after the splitter it goes to the regular 3.5mm jack. If you'd like, you can get third-party cable with microphone, for example, but in general, stock cable is pretty good here. Overall, I like their design. Probably some things could have been improved, but probably it's all a matter of balancing price to other features. A considerable amount of discussion of these headphones are about their driver flex. It's almost unavoidable because it's a thin diaphragm planar driver inside a closed cup, and when I put them on, there is a pressure forming that causes this driver to make this cracking sound. But when I put them on carefully, actually this effect is not big, and it just when putting on, not during listening, even when I'm walking or doing some active things. So in my opinion, it's not a big issue, but a lot of people are upset about that. When it comes to the sound, Kiwi Ears decided to make interesting type of tuning with pretty big mid bass, slightly warmer mids, and comfortable recessed treble. It's a great tuning for listening on the street. It works nice with not super high volumes, and paired with good passive sound isolation, it really works well. But of course, it's not the headphones for those who want to experience all that planar micro contrast resolution and stuff like that. It's not their main focus. But probably let's talk about everything step by step. Bass is accented, and the main accent is made on the mid bass. In my opinion, it's perfect, but of course, some people like to have more present deeper bass. Deeper bass here is also pretty nice. It's well controlled and dynamic, but at the same time, it just serves as a foundation, while mid bass is like dominating. It's not absolutely bass head model thanks to good mid resolution, but at the same time mid bass is tasty. It's powerful, weighty with hint of additional weight, but at the same time with nice texturing and decent impact. So probably that's where planar drivers show their full potential at full scale. So first example is Get Lucky by Daft Punk, and you got the deal. Nice engaging bass line and good contrast with mid frequencies and vocal and instruments. Really enjoyable, juicy bass. And the Massive Attack Exchange, also pretty multi-layered bass, and the more expensive and more natural headphones, of course, will give you slightly more bass layering, but at the same time you're getting here pretty nice engaging textures. Mid frequencies are pretty detailed, but at the same time they have a bit of additional weight that kinda like compensate this detail. So overall they're sounding more on the weighty side of things. Not too much, but a bit of additional warmth is present. At the same time, detailization is pretty nice, but it's not typical planar type of representation with focus on that clarity and sharpness. At the same time, with good quality records, you'll get pretty nice resolution and instrument separation. Imagery stage is slightly above average in width and about average in depth, but for inexpensive closed back headphones, it's still a pretty decent result. So, first example, it's Go Down Fighting by Nazareth. Aggressive, engaging, groovy track with signature vocal, and actually vocal sounds really nice. I like a bit more sharpness in the Fogerty's voice, but still a pretty decent representation here with good dynamics and emotions. And Wallflower by Peter Gabriel. Of course, this track is better enjoyed open back headphones with all their huge stage. But for closed back one, also pretty decent results. But of course, bigger stage for this track is a huge plus. But it's not the fault of this model, it's just the choice of closed back design. We always have to pay something to get something. And treble, actually pretty nice extension and good resolution, proper attacks and decays. Almost no layering, of course, but nice saturation with overtones. But at the same time, in terms of quantity, they are a bit rolled off. Not too much, but at the same time, sound is pretty comfortable. So you won't get that extra energy put in the high frequencies area, but for a lot of people, probably it's a plus and a positive thing. It's easily fixable by equalizer actually, because these headphones are really nice playing with equalizer, but we are talking about stock configuration here, of course. So, first track is I Burn For You, Sting. It's an example of track recorded really well, and because of that, this headphone sounds also really engaging and enjoyable with a lot of airness despite of rolled off treble. And Chris Jones, Long After You Gone, another example of track with well-recorded treble, which sounds pretty decent with these headphones. Of course, without direct comparing with something open back and with more extended treble. When it comes to the pairing, they will really benefit of additional power, so consider using some dongle deck or player to use with them. Not like tons of power, but more than regular smartphone or tablet can provide. And speaking about the compressions, they have a unique position on the market, so it's closed back headphones for using on the go, on the street, or in cases where you need this extra isolation. So it's not much sense in comparing them with something like FIO JT7, which are open back planar. They will give you more of that planar detalization, neutrality, technicality, but at the same time they won't give you almost any sound isolation. And I don't know about closed backs, FIO FT1 comes to my mind, but I don't think that a lot of people will go with that wooden cups on the street. But here you get more powerful and noticeable bass. With FT1 you'll get slightly more forward and present treble and slightly more clarity on the upper mids. So it's pretty interesting model, but at the same time don't expect regular planar magnetic type of sound here. With this in mind, I can recommend you to try them. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and have a great day.